Welcome to my next Dexter Original Sin Season 1 episode review video, as I was able to watch the episode early on the YouTube Paramount Plus channel. Before I get into that, though, pretty important, if you aren't caught up to the point where I am and rewatching or watching Dexter, Dexter New Blood, Dexter Original Sin, or you're just not entirely sure, then you definitely need to take the initiative and pay attention to the episode's title, which of course I'll mention, as well as put in the description. If that happens to be the case, you find that you're not caught up, it would be my recommendation that you don't watch this detailed review any further to avoid any potential spoilers. And from what I can see, there will be no new episode of Dexter Original Sin next week. So make sure you come back to the channel still, because next Thursday night into Friday morning, I'll have a Dexter Resurrection related video. And as many of you know, I'm a massive Dexter fan. I've reviewed every single episode of Dexter on this channel, whether it be the original 96 episodes of Dexter, the 10 episodes that we got of Dexter New Blood so far, and continuing to cover every episode of Dexter Original Sin. And then coming this summer, I'll be covering all the episodes of Dexter Resurrection. So if you're a Dexter fan, a Dexter New Blood fan, a Dexter Original Sin fan, or a soon-to-be Dexter Resurrection fan until the end, and you want to help me out with the YouTube algorithm, please make sure that you Hulk smash the like button, share the video with a friend, put this video on any one of your social media platforms. Don't forget to sound off in the comment section about what your thoughts are on this episode of Dexter. Aside from Dexter, who would be your character of the episode? I'll be responding to all comments, and even the legendary Crazy Coffee Man will be in the comment section as well. So if you have a question for him, please ask him. He's a Dexter fanatic just like me. And what I'll do at the end of this video, with about 20 seconds left, I'll put my most up-to-date ranking of all the seasons of Dexter right here. Again, with 20 seconds left, that'll be the end screen. Click on that link, and that will be my seasons ranked to Dexter. I'll put my Dexter New Blood finale original review right there with 20 seconds left. I'll put my what potentially could happen in Dexter Resurrection, which is maybe a little outdated. I'll put that right there. And then I'll put my review to the Season 7 finale of Dexter. Surprise, motherfucker. Right there. A really good episode. So make sure that you're watching all these videos and letting me know what your thoughts are on them. And then last but certainly not least, especially if you're new here, don't forget to hit that sub button, subscribe to the channel, join the team, show your damn support, and be a part of something special. And you never know what you're going to see on JDev TV. This will be Dexter Original Sin, Season 1, Episode 5. The title of this episode is called F is for Fuck Up, and this will be my review reaction recap after just finishing watching the episode. The young man that hit Mad Dog is freaking out, so Dexter runs off and goes back to Mad Dog's place, as he has about 15 minutes to do a lot of cleanup. Thanks to Miami Metro, he has enough tools to get the job done. Dexter cleans up the bloodstains, but Miami Metro PD has arrived a little bit earlier, and Dexter is forced to hide as a cop admires a Van Halen Signature Series guitar. After all this, Dexter returns home, and Harry is up to ask him how'd everything go with Mad Dog, and Dexter tells him he'll never hurt anyone again, which Harry responds with, "Why am I hearing his name on my police radio? Want to try again? How'd everything go with Mad Dog?" Dexter tells Harry Mad Dog woke up a little bit earlier when he was removing some plastic wrap from his leg, and Dexter says Mad Dog is dead and it's not a big deal. And Harry angrily says it's a big fucking deal. Uniformed officers are searching his house right now. Dexter says he followed the code and didn't leave any evidence. Harry grounds Dexter as an adult. At school, everyone sees Deb in Gio's car, and then she kisses Gio so everybody can see that. Harry stops by the coroner's office. Harry's shown Mad Dog's body, and it's really messed up. At home, Dexter says the way to win back Harry's trust is to do nothing. Dexter learned something. Death didn't feed his dark passenger. Killing did. Dexter was still hungry. So, Dexter eats a bunch of brownies that were in the fridge. The only appealing thing out of all the crap that Deb has put in the fridge, but those brownies were for Deb's volleyball team as their pot brownies. Harry goes over the crime scene stuff. I believe it's a practice run, or the court stuff, for the Levi Reed case. Now it's Tanya Martin's turn to be in the hot seat. Then we have our flashback. Laura Moser has a lot of money. She wants Harry to stay after what happened the other night, as she is getting really in with the cartel members. Harry says what happened the other night was great, but it can't happen again. You're my CI, and I'm married. And Laura Moser mentions, yeah, we took it too far. And then Harry's about to leave and then says, fuck, and shuts the door and goes over to Laura Moser and starts making out with her. And of course, one thing probably leads to another. Deborah gets home, and Dexter says Deborah, and then Deborah says, Deborah? Why so formal? And Dexter says, Deborah feels kind of weird in your mouth. And then Deb finds out Dex had 6 of her pot brownies. Dex just wanted a snack. Deb says this will be good for him, and a chance for him to go wild. Dexter's worried that he might do something. And then Deb says, yeah, you probably just go to sleep. And then Deb decides to catch up with her brother and eat some of the pot brownies as well. They're eating some pizza, although Dexter's eating the pizza. So Dexter has always ate a lot in the Dexter series, and I think we know why. It feeds his urge to kill. So instead of killing, he eats food. How does he stay in such great shape, though? And then Deb mentions that right now they actually feel like real brother and sister. And then Deb asks him how things are going with Sophia. She says she's seeing Gio and that they should go on a double date. Things are going well. And then Dexter's like, does Dad know? Hell no, Dad doesn't know. Harry would hate him, and Mom. And then Deb mentions tomorrow it will be 1 year since Doris had passed away. And she says she asks Dexter what he misses most about Doris. Dexter tells Deb he's a terrible person. He really messed something up this time, and he's not sure he'll come back from it. And Deb says it's not like he actually killed someone or anything. And then Dexter says, what if I did? Hypothetically. Morning time, Dexter's hungry for a big breakfast, even after all the pot brownies from last night and pizza. Harry comes home, mentions Doris, today's the day. Deb mentions that they should visit Mom's grave, but Harry has the Levi retrial. Deb says it's Mom, and then Harry says he'll see what he can do afterwards. Harry tells Dexter he's going to work. Dexter's going to work, and then Dexter interrupts Tanya Martin watching her race, as she has a lot of money riding on Ginger Snaps, the horse. Clark has some mail, something from robbery. So Clark is mentioned randomly in the episode. I think there's more to his character that we're going to find out later in the season. Just a hunch that I have. Harry wants Dexter to fingerprint the guy that ran over Mad Dog. He's a little apprehensive about that, but Harry's like, hey, if he didn't see you, you're fine. And then Dexter goes in to fingerprint him as he's being questioned by LaGuerta. And LaGuerta asks if anyone else was near the road when he ran over Mad Dog. And then it's mentioned that Mad Dog just ran into the street. And then Michael C. Hall's narration mentions he's jealous that he wasn't able to murder Mad Dog. Our mistakes don't have to define us. Tanya tells Dexter that Ginger Snap, the horse, had a terrible fall and will have to be put down. And then Dexter asks Tanya what drug can put down an animal that large. And Tanya mentions some examples and says essentially the animal would be down for 4 hours, depending on the dose. And then Tanya has to go to her daughter's basketball game, or take her daughter to basketball. She'll be gone for at least a few hours. And then Tanya tells Dexter not to break anything while he's gone. And then we have Harry on the stand. They only had partial prints. Harry says they consider other evidence from the scene as well as the criminal's past record. And then they bring in the person that tried to give Levi Reed an alibi. And it's mentioned, Harry mentions that she didn't even know what day of the week is, but he kind of ignored everything that she said. So Levi Reed's case is dismissed, and a bad criminal is let free. Aaron Spencer tells Harry to take the rest of the afternoon off so he can figure out what to do next. Dexter goes to visit some horses. He lets a horse go so that can distract the people that kind of take it or have an eye on everything. And he can get some of the good stuff as he finds M99, not to be confused with ketamine. This is Dexter's drug of choice. Dexter hides in a stall with a horse as the person that he tried to distract came back. And then he actually makes friends with the horse. Now, if this were a dog, dogs tend to hate Dexter. And then Geo gives Deb some flowers for Doris. Deb goes to Doris's grave wearing the pink dress that Doris had got her. And then Deb says she knows that she wasn't always the easiest kid. Just ask the swear jar. She feels lost. Dad and Dex don't even see her anymore. Maybe it's time for her to stop waiting for Dad and Dex to change. She'll keep her posted. Dexter finally is able to go back to the station. And then Angel Batista tells Dexter that Harry ignored an alibi and that Levi Reed is a free man. Harry goes to Doris's grave, and then we have another flashback. Harry asks young Dexter what he's doing awake, and Dexter drew a picture, and Harry's in the picture, and then Harry puts Dexter to bed, and then Laura knows that Dexter isn't the first kid that Harry put down for bed, and then Harry mentions to her that he had a son almost Dexter's age, and that he died. It was his fault, Harry says. And then Harry returns home to Doris. She's up and says that maybe they could celebrate. And then she tells Harry she's pregnant. It's a miracle. She felt nausea and vomiting, and then Camilla drove her to the doctors, and Harry tells her it's wonderful. Back to current time in this flashback series, or this prequel series, Geo takes Deb to a spot. Geo's dad has a yacht. Geo tells Deb that we don't have to do anything that you don't want to. It's okay. We can go as slow as you need. And then we have Harry at a bar having shots. Captain Spencer shows up. What happened today with Levi Reed was a major fuck-up. Harry gives Captain Spencer his badge, and Spencer says, I saved your job, but you're off the Jimmy Powell case as it's too high profile. He's going to be working the bottom of the homicide list with Maria LaGuerta, and then Spencer says sometimes the bad guys slip through the cracks. And then Captain Spencer leaves, and Harry asks for another scotch, make it a double. Harry has gone to Levi Reed's house, and Harry pulls a gun out and aims it at Levi Reed, but he can't shoot. And then all of a sudden from behind, Dexter gets Harry with the M99. Oops. And now we have Harry on Dexter's table. He tells Harry to try and get free. See, you can. Harry yells, get me the fuck out of here. And then the wrap sticks better to bare skin. So that's why Mad Dog was naked. Dexter tells Harry he was right. He made a mistake, but Harry made a mistake today in court. And Dexter says, Levi Reed's house, what were you thinking? Bad things happen. What matters most is what he'll do next. And then Dexter shows him the M99. Also, he calculated the dosage so it wouldn't affect him at all, and it was fine with his heart medication. And Harry says, okay, you've made your point. And Dexter tells him, you don't try and change me. You shouldn't have gone after Levi Reed tonight. Let me be me. And then Harry tells Dexter, smelling salts, so you don't have to wait as long. We already have the proof when it comes to Levi Reed. Take him out. And then Geo asks Deb how she's feeling. Fucking great. And then we have Dexter setting up the dinner table. Dexter goes to visit Doris's grave. He knows she was trying to help him. Now he can never be good, but maybe he can still do good. He hopes he's right, and it's enough to make her proud because there's no going back. Bye, Mom. And that's what ends this episode of Dexter Original Sin. So actually, this was my favorite episode thus far. I really got into this episode. I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10. I was really intrigued and really into everything that they did. We didn't have a forced Masuko laugh. We got a little bit of Tanya Martin in this episode. And then my characters of the episode, aside from Dexter, obviously, I'm going to give it to Deb and Harry because I really liked both of those characters in this episode. So you've heard everything that I have to say. Now it's your turn. If you're a fan of Dexter New Blood, aside from the ending, or Dexter Original Sin, and I'm looking forward to Dexter Resurrection, and you want to help me out with the YouTube algorithm like I mentioned earlier, make sure that you Hulk smash the like button, share the video with a friend, put this video on any one of your social media platforms. Don't forget to sound off in the comment section about what your thoughts are on this episode of Dexter Original Sin. What would you rate the episode? In whom, aside from Dexter, would be the character of the episode, or characters in this case? Remember, the legendary Crazy Coffee Man will also be on the comment section. Ask him questions too. And remember to click right here for my Dexter Seasons Ranked video, as well as the other videos that I have. And then last but certainly not least, especially if you're new here, don't forget to hit that sub button, subscribe to the channel, join the team, show your damn support, and be a part of something special. And you never know what you're going to see on JDev TV.